11th Hour, an audio drama by Patricia, Asedegbega.
Episode 7.
Amaka had a scared look on her face when she saw Helen march in.
What? Are you going to try and stop me again?
No, Ma. Please let me announce you. Mr. Jacob said that if I let anyone in without asking him first, he'll fire me. Ma, please wait. I've never seen him so angry.
Helen, who had gone past her level of tolerance, was about to just walk in. But there definitely was a change in the woman's demeanor. She looked scared.
Amaka, has that woman been here again? And don't ask me which one. I don't have the patience for a song and dance this morning.
Yes, Ma, twice. Once Mr. Jacobs was in and she knocked and entered his office. The other time he was at a meeting and she waited for him.
And? Did anything out of the ordinary happen?
Ma, I don't want to get into any trouble. Mr. Jacob hates office gossip and
Amaka, for some reason unknown to me, you've been quite rude every time I visited. I'm sure you understand perfectly that it's normal for me to ask these questions so near to my wedding. And you'll want to help me because you do seem to be the kind of person who notices everything that goes on here. Or am I mistaken?
I'm sorry, Ma. I just knew Madame Bettina from before they broke up. And she told me to keep an eye on things for her just before the relationship was called off. But I have nothing against you. You've always treated me well. All I know is that the 2 times she visited, I heard raised voices. The last time, some words happened to float in my direction. She said, "You regret this, Chris. Back out while you can." I didn't hear Mr. Jacobs' reply, but a few minutes later, they left together.
They left together.
Yes, but she came back a few minutes later. She offered me money. She said I was to let her know when you visited, and she gave me her card with her new number. I took the money to play along with her, but I have no intention of calling her.
I see. Please let Chris know that I'm here. If I need you to tell her where I am, I will let you know. Good morning, Chris.
Hey.
Did you hire security for me?
Good morning. I did.
Why are you having me tailed? And why didn't you tell me?
Look, I didn't want to argue about it. It's something every close family member of ours has.
When?
6 months ago.
That was when you asked me formally to be your girlfriend. Did this firm also investigate if I was worthy of your family?
No, my mother did that. She always had someone look up the people we date. I hope you did the same to me. What changed from one day to the next? I don't recognize the hostility in you. Come on, it can't be because of Bettina. Whatever secret there is between us doesn't affect you. So what's going on? It feels like we're strangers.
Helen turned around and reached out for a set of keys in her bag. Then she dropped them on the table.
I was at your house when you and Tunde were discussing Bettina coming back. I let myself in. He asked you what you saw in me, an ordinary-looking girl. He went on to remind you that I wasn't your type.
Oh, come on.
And that you'd better wake up before it was too late. His exact words were, "This experiment has lasted long enough. Let her go and return to your kind."
Tunde.
Those words have been on replay in my mind. It felt like Tunde was talking about a stray cat. But what torments me the most is your reply. You said, "Yes, she's just an ordinary-looking girl."
Wait.
You can't look me in the eye and deny your own words. I'm not going to let anyone take me for a ride. I can't afford to anymore.
There was silence as Chris stared at her. For a moment, Helen willed him to speak, to defend himself, but he didn't. Her eyes filled with tears. It really was the end of it all.
I wasn't looking when I met you that night. I didn't want to go on that blind date. And what I felt was actually relief when he didn't show up. You were the one who came after me for whatever twisted reason you had. But I won't go back to allowing people walk all over me and then make me feel as if it is what I deserved. Like I had to be grateful that they had allowed me into their lives. Douglas treated me like this, like his emotional punching bag when he was upset. Stanley cheated on me. He cheated on me all he could, and even more. I could go on, but I don't want to bore you. I just believe that the person I spend the rest of my life with would treat me like a prized possession. There's that feeling I've always had. It consoled me in difficult moments. When I marry, things will be different because it would be a situation I chose. And I have to choose well. I love you, Chris. I hadn't even felt confident enough to use those words before. But in consideration to myself, this is over. I'll be at your place on Saturday to explain myself to your family and mine. They've been good to me, and I owe them that much. Feel free not to be around.
Helen closed the door behind her, and once on the other side, she shut her eyes and leaned against it. Her legs were trembling.
Ma, are you okay? Let me get you a glass of water.
Thank you.
She reached out for it and took a sip, still leaning against the door as she wasn't sure she could sustain her own weight yet.
Gladys, kindly repeat what I just told you. I need to know that the message has finally sunk in.
Okay. My job as a friend is to support Helen, no matter how stupid I think her decisions are.
No, you definitely haven't learnt your lesson. You live in a bubble and can't seem to grasp anything that doesn't align with your plans. Helen has a very fragile self-esteem. We have a stepmother to thank for that. Or have you forgotten the 2 years she spent in uni wearing only black? When she put on weight, that woman told her that it was a pity she had lost the one thing that she'd had going for her. I mean, you can't remember how we almost lost her to a bout of malaria because we didn't realize that the baggy black clothes were no longer hiding her weight gain, but her weight loss. Helen had been starving herself, and we, her best friends, were so busy with our own lives and our exam that we didn't even notice. Gladys, we said we'd be more vigilant after that. We promised ourselves that we'd be more aware of whatever was going on with her.
All these Catholic people with their ideas. It's that non's fault. She put ideas in Helen's head. Chris was wonderful before she came into the scene. No, Agnes, as you seem to want to apportion blame on everyone, don't forget to give that woman her own share.
Are you serious? Really? Don't you ever take accountability for your actions? I've been thinking a lot since all this drama started. Helen is quite reserved, and a lot went on that we didn't know. But the change in Helen started when she met that nun, as you call her. Her breakup with Douglas, leaving her job to start her own business, that sparkle in her eyes when she finally got that shop. I'm grateful for what that nun started. Helen's gone from one bad relationship to the next, and you are partly to blame for how long that lasted. So kindly examine yourself and intone a mea culpa.
Me? How is her poor taste in men my fault?
Yes, you. You give very, very bad advice. You never tell us to walk away, even when we've told you about being ill-treated. Gladys, I stopped listening to you a long time ago. Your sentimental history is just as bad as ours. We are all single, yet you act like you have a degree in relationships. I mean, you evidently don't, or we'd all have attended your wedding a long time ago. Like I said, I've been giving our little group some thought. You want to get married so your family leaves you alone. So they stop asking you what you're waiting for. I've always dreamed of having my own family, and that desire has sometimes overridden my common sense. Helen, well, I've come to the realization that she's been through a lot and is vulnerable. So, Gladys, if Helen wants to leave Chris, just support her. We probably will be the only two people that won't make her feel terrible.
Sure.
I don't want to hear you say that he's the best thing that could happen to any woman for a change. Try to see the man that Helen will marry as lucky, and not the other way around. I've no idea why she called this meeting, but if I hear you say a single word out of place, I will kick you so hard that you will feel like you have a broken bone. Have I gotten through to you?
Gladys opened her mouth to say something, but closed it again, choosing instead to eat some more ice cream. Helen walked into the ice cream shop. Her stepmother would have told her that it was a mistake to visit the shop so many times when the wedding was so close. But today, she deserved double of everything. She signaled the waitress even before she sat down.
Hello. I'll have 2 scoops of vanilla, 1 of mint chocolate, and 1 of cookies and cream, all topped with a generous amount of caramel sauce, and everything you can sprinkle on it. What are you ladies having? My treat.
Helen looked at her friends, as did the waitress. The 2 women were staring at her, shocked. Finally, Gladys, who could not bring herself to say no to anything sweet that was free, found her
I'll
voice.
have exactly the same thing. And so will Agnes. Well, except for her, just change the cookie to strawberry. Helen, weren't you on a diet?
Haven't I broken that diet every single time that we've been here? Anyway, that's over. Just like my relationship is.
What did you do? I thought we agreed to investigate and that you weren't meant to see Chris till Saturday. Ouch!
I found out that Chris hired security to follow me around. He didn't consider it a necessity to inform me. I also discovered that he did the same thing for Bettina. Apparently, they had a terrible fight as a result of it. I guess she didn't like being controlled. Anyway, I went to see him. One thing led to another, and I revealed the conversation I overheard between Tunde and him. I just expressed how I felt, ended things, and left.
So, let me see if I got this right. Your fiancé hires a security team to follow you around. And in this present climate, seeing how important his family is, your conclusion is that he's controlling instead of that he cares for you? Well, my investigations can't go to waste. And for the record, I think you made a terrible mistake. See, they didn't break up because he was controlling. They broke up because she cheated on him and he found out.
What?
Yes. I took my task seriously and started snooping on her social media posts and photographs. The trick is to find that one friend that appears in every single image and then, one day, magically stops appearing. That led me to Yinka, who happens to own a spa. So there I went. I called first to ask if the madam would be around. I threw the name of the future Mrs. Jacobs around, and the madam received me.
Gladys, stop trying to be dramatic and tell us what happened.
Okay. Just chill. Well, it was a mutual exchange of information. She was very curious about Helen, and I was very curious about Bettina. Anyway, The gist is that Bettina was seeing someone on the side. And Yinka found out because one day she saw Bettina in a car talking to a guy, which on its own needed to be suspicious. However, when she went over to say hello, Bettina acted all nervous, got out of the car and led Yinka away. Of course, Yinka asked who the guy was and...
Wait, what did she say?
Her cousin! Bettina said that he had been asking her for a loan. Yinka said that she didn't believe her, but that she let it slide on that occasion. Then, after that, she noticed that Bettina was often on her phone. And then, one day, when they had been out dancing, Yinka spotted the same cousin arrive at their club.
Yeah, really?
After a few moments, Bettina slipped away from them. So naturally, Yinka followed her. Yinka said that Bettina got into his car. So she waited for her. About 10 minutes later, Bettina came walking in her direction and almost jumped out of her skin when she saw Yinka. They had a row and haven't spoken to each other ever since.
Wow. Gladys, you found out quite a bit.
Yeah, I did.
The security team must have reported it to Chris, and that was why the relationship ended. I wonder why she would cheat on Chris, though. I mean, really, what could she have seen in any other man? It must have been one of those moments of insanity because apparently now she's back to reclaim him.
Let me tell you. Yinka says that at first, she denied there was anything going on. But that finally, during the course of the quarrel, she admitted to the relationship.
Are you serious?
Yinka warned her to be careful because she could lose Chris if she found out. But Bettina had replied that it wouldn't happen because the fling was coming to an end. It was then that she threatened Yinka. And it got really ugly. Yinka called her all sorts of names when she was recounting what had occurred. Manipulative was the smallest insult she used though. And she said that about a week later, the news of the breakup was all around town and that Bettina just disappeared.
Just like that. Hey.
I see. She probably asked Chris not to tell anyone. It would spoil her reputation. They were an out and about couple, always in the press and social media.
You see how you were too hasty. I knew that Chris wasn't the villain in all this.
Well, I don't have very good news on my end. I met up with Jude for a drink, and he admitted that neither himself nor Tunde expected your relationship to have gone anywhere. They both think that Chris just started seeing you to forget Bettina, and that he proposed because she was no longer in the scene. Jude thinks that Chris, being a man of his word, will marry you, but will always go back to Bettina. I have to admit that I think you made the right decision, Helen. You'd be miserable in that situation, believe me. It's been my mom's and it's very destructive. You have a chance to walk away. Do so. Don't look back.
Helen looked at her friends and then at the melting ice cream before her, saying a silent prayer for her strength to keep her resolve on Saturday.
Thank you for listening. Helen and Co. will be back very soon with the rest of their story. Hey, don't go anywhere. Not without subscribing, liking, hitting the bell button for notification, and leaving a comment, my people.